Hello, and welcome back to the 2023 Deadlies showcase. The second hold is Fendik's Fortress, which is a hold that I started making in 2016. It's a project based on the inputs of the official idea generator, so there's just a bunch of random prompts that I was given for each level, and I tried to make the best of them. Now, this being the very first hold I ever produced, it is not my best work. I've done a ton of contest stuff that I think was a lot better than this since, but I think that this was alright for a first standalone hold. So we'll play a little bit of it, show off a bit of what's about, and then go on to the next entry. So, testing credits, thank you to these people for their work. You have made my hold much better than it otherwise would have been. I like it mostly, but could you maybe add some more snakes? Alright, so I guess since this is going to be more of a developer commentary than an actual blind playthrough, I can talk about a few things, I guess, as far as what went into the levels. There were 3 elements, 1 interaction, and 1 theme that each level had. And it's on this scroll behind the blue door. But one of the elements that I was given was the rattlesnake. And I think I still didn't know how snake movement worked when I designed this level. So this room in particular was genuinely me trying to make the hardest room I could, based on the knowledge that I have. Which probably isn't the best way to go about making rooms, but it's also kind of interesting how a bunch of the later rooms in the hold are much more difficult than this, and yet I wasn't trying to make them difficult. So, you know, as you learn things just get that way, I guess. So anyway, what's going on here? We have this pressure plate, which seals us in, and also fries our clone. Not good. So we need to release this rattlesnake such that it will not be on a vertical move here. So currently, if I just run, it's done its last horizontal move, it'll now be vertical, and no matter what I do, so if I just wait for 5 moves, now it'll be on horizontal, which means I can do stuff like this. Now it will get itself stuck, so we'll come in this way, vertical, vertical. Okay, now it's on horizontal. I think I just happened to get the right timing. I was going to do some measuring, but in this case, yeah, it's just going to go 5 horizontal. Nice. Okay. Which means I don't have to actually wait for it here. I can be all the way over here and get there in time. So the reason I'm trying to hit these 3 arrow rotator tokens is because once I fit all 3 of them, I can get this clone out. And yeah, that's necessary because there's no other way to kill this snake. So the snake is now on vertical, and here is where I die. Not necessarily, actually. I can switch to the clone. So let's actually step there. Okay. This clone switching mechanic is one of my least favorite mechanics in DROD. I'm not a huge fan of clones. Vertical, let's just... Is that gonna work? Or is that too narrow? Nope, that works, okay. So we don't want the snake getting caught. We've managed to get all of these. I probably made this room look way easier than it actually is. I know Chaco did a playthrough of this hold recently, and yeah, this is just what can happen sometimes when you're playing through something and you just get lucky with your initial timing and then everything just kind of works. This never goes this smoothly for me during testing, so... but here we are. We're on vertical. Horizontal. Alright, we survived. Oh. First place in my own hold. Like I said, that went very, very smoothly. Everything just happened to work out perfectly. I'm actually curious how, yeah, I mean, well, points for me, I guess. So I don't know why I decided to show off this wing first, because these are some of the more annoying rooms in my opinion on this first level. But yeah, this is just a complete mess of a room, which the trick here is that we need to stab this, and stabbing this rattlesnake will also kill the other two rattlesnakes. So we need both of these to be held for us to get in. But we can't let this briar grow up here, which means that we have to be careful about letting the briar loose, because even if we reverse the arrows after the fact, it'll still be able to grow across a force arrow. Also, if a snake gets up here, then this just gets toggled. But if they both get up here, it gets toggled twice so the briar can stay in place. And then this mechanism up here is just to let us out after these rattlesnakes are dead. Alright, so yeah, it's kind of a mess. To get you out, we just need a single red. But we need things to be even for these two. Release you, we can release you with this. Toggle, toggle, that makes that arrow a problem. That's the only thing that makes that arrow a problem. This is opened, this is toggled, and turns on the fire trap. So we need to hit this orb, the only thing that turns this trap off. I don't remember the solution for this, by the way. This is just kind of how this room always goes, because it's not a particularly... I just do this kind of through trial and error, and I designed this room in 2016, so I have no idea what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, so we hit the orb before the snake gets that far. That is a thing that we must do. However, the only thing that turns this fire trap off is this orb. Which means that if we're hitting these, we have to do one or both of them before we do this. Is there any reason we wouldn't want to just hit both of them? We cannot hit this orb until after the snake is in here. I think we can just start with this one. Oops. Start with that one. And so as long as we hit... As long as we hit this orb before this orb. Yeah, as long as we do it in that order, it should be okay. I feel like we want to just hit this early on. There's no reason to keep it. Oh, I guess we can get this snake past this fire trap before we hit this orb. That's an option. If we do something like that... So that's released you. Right, now I just have to wait. Yeah, there's no way. This turns that. That turns that on, so we could actually just hit that now, couldn't we? I did that to stop you from going forward. Hold on, what's going on here? Okay, we stopped you. Stopped you. But we need to trigger that because we have to hit this first. Okay, hold on. What if I just start with this? So now I can... Yeah, I can hit either of those. Solve this problem. Got my snakes lined up. I can't trap you there. I do need to hit both of these if I want you through. This is probably not going to work. Okay, we'll hit that now. Wait. Why are you on? Oh, because I toggled you from start. Okay. Okay, traps are both off. Have to hit that eventually. I have to hit that to start this whole thing. Okay, I did wait a turn there. Maybe if I don't wait. No. So I was able to get them to line up, but it didn't work because this happened too fast. Okay, let's change the orientation of our sword. And that way... Oh, still have a problem. Yeah. Too far down. I don't think I can do it from here. Not that it matters. Because from here I need to still rotate. The thing is, I have to hit both of these. So I think I'm in a lost state here. Have to do both of those. Oh. Right, it doesn't grow again because it's not across the arrow yet. Okay, can I do this with a better orientation? Is this just too far? It's just too far. So I cannot, from here, I cannot hit this orb and get here in time. Okay, so I'm doing something wrong. Oh no, which one is it? F7, there we go. I'd like to have my counter up. Okay, so from here then, since that didn't work, can't get up here in time to stop you. And then this is just a race. That's a loss. It can't start this way. If I hit that first, I can't hit that first because I have to hit one of these first. Okay, I'm pretty sure I start by hitting one of these, and I guess it's gotta be this one. So I'm pretty sure that's the start. I have to do this to release you. I want to hit this and then this immediately. But I can't set up anything with the snakes so that they don't die when I'm trying to do that. If I start with the top orb, I can hit this, stop that snake. Then lets me do that to turn the traps off. Okay. This is possibly good. Of course, the problem is this is so far down. Because I need you through here. Well, I've already lost, because I can't do those in that order. Okay, so look at the arrows then. If I do that rotation, it releases you. Can't do that first. I feel like I'm just kind of working myself into the same pattern again. there's no way. Well, I think I'm actually just gonna skip this room, because, yeah, like I said, I don't know why I started with that wing. That's probably the worst room on the entire level, to be honest. So I'll come back to that another time, but I'm clearly just not seeing it at the moment, and it's just a lot of trial and error of different permutations of things. So we'll go to something that's going to be a little bit more interesting. Here, what we need to do is have a size 2 snake. We'll go in there eventually, right? Okay. Much easier. Alright, this is a kind of a silly room. Got to release rattlesnake and find a way to mess up its parity. We're on horizontal. There we go. So just manipulating the snake clock to get it trapped on itself like that. Alright, this room. On horizontal. And now we're on vertical. We need to get the snake out far enough that it can, that its tail can be accessible. Which is fine. You're on horizontal still. At you're gonna get yourself stuck. Horizontal is fine, but you got out. Lots of room. Yeah, so see, that whole wing was fine. Alright, and then we got this room, which is kind of a bit of a mess. So the idea behind this room is that we have a mimic potion, and we have to either prevent ourselves from being able to... Well, we prevent ourselves from being able to turn, and it's a matter of whether we want a horizontal or I guess rather, an orthogonal or a diagonal direction on the sword. And we need a direction which can kill the snake at the end. We do south, I think, for this, is that right? Yes, because this arrow will release the snake. Do that. No, it won't, because I'm going this way. Okay, and so I want... Well, actually, I need to be able to hit the beacon, so... Sure, I'll just do this. Which I think means actually we want this, this orientation. Here. Yep. Now we want to kill this snake while getting access to the left. Let's not do that. You are kind of in an awful orientation here. Okay, that sort of worked at the end. And this is a multi-pass room, so we'll have to reactivate the beacon probably to do another pass. Alright, here we are releasing snakes. And this is kind of the same gimmick as we've seen here. Same widget. We need these to be size 2 when they go in here. Keeping an eye on this guy to make sure he doesn't decide to walk in there. I think we're good. Oh yeah, this guy's in a loop of 10, so it's fine. Vertical, you're gonna do that. Of course you are. Horizontal. You're in that thing, that loop again. We could go down here to push him out. Shouldn't need to. That. Horizontal. There we go. That would work if this was already on. How did this end up being in a different offset? There we go, horizontal. Just gonna keep doing something like this. Vertical, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, from here, horizontal doesn't help though. Let's do that. There we go. Oh, right, I have to actually step on that. Before replaying this room, let's go and do this. This room I thought was kind of a neat concept, but the execution ended up being a little bit limited. So what's going on here? So we have to put a mimic there in order to gain access to the trapdoor puzzle. But there's one arrow which prevents us from ever making the northeast move. So as long as we don't move northeast, we can come through here and be fine. Now here you have a choice. I did set this up so that both paths are possible, and then here you just have to do the reverse of what you did here. So I don't have to, well, okay, it's slower to go that way, so we won't go that way. So now, actually I think it's the same because I can't move. I can't move up this way anyway, so I still have to make that move. That might actually be slower. But now I can't move diagonally in either of the northward directions. So I think can't move diagonally in either of the northward directions, but I think that's good. I mean, I got this far, so that must be workable. Alright, so we'll just do it. Like so. Nope, that's not gonna work. That's fine. And then, like I said, we have to reverse what we did. And now we've got the same situation going on here where we can't go to the upper right. Can do every other combination. Okay, apparently that was the fastest way to go through it. Or at least I'm assuming that nobody did it the other way then. Alright, this is just kind of an arena. Don't pick up the eyes. I got stuck. Somehow, with only 2 of them left, they managed to catch me. Alright. Pretty straightforward. Alright, we have that, and that gives us secret access. Alright, so this is the classic secret variant. Same room, but now we have Omplic instead of Evil Eyes. This has a couple of consequences. Well, first of all, I can't just stab them, because then I can't get the Conquer token. But this means one consequence is I can step into the beam, and I can be okay, because I can just turn my sword to escape. And in fact, is that the only consequence of this? No, the other consequence is that snake bodies will block the Omplic beams. So I can have more maneuvering by doing that. And then I guess the third consequence is that having my sword facing in this direction gives me maximal protection, although I am going to have these 4 Omplic to deal with. They are all on force arrows, so they can't actually come to me until I grab both the arrow rotators. Arrow rotators, you might be able to have noticed, have featured rather prominently in this level. Another element that I don't like, but that was one of my other elements I had to work with. So the RNG did not start out particularly kind on this one. Yes, you can see I can potentially get into trouble. Yeah, these non-diagonal lines are a big issue. So I think having my sword facing in that direction isn't actually helping me that much. Okay, gonna get the shield. Good. Come on. Get off me. I think I'm just dead here. Yeah. Okay, this worked out really nicely. So there's a lot of chaos in this room, but if you go up there and get yourself stuck, I don't have to deal with you anymore, and I can still stab you from the back. And in fact, this is kind of a little secret hidden trick to this room, but it's actually impossible to beat the room if you kill all the snakes first. You need... I mean, I can demonstrate that pretty quickly at this point, I imagine. I'm dead again. Darn it. There we go. Right, so I can demonstrate that here. So I have to keep... make sure I'm never stepping where these beams intersect. But if I go in here... Oh, I was wrong. Okay. This Omplic... Pretty sure there's a reason why I couldn't do this. Oh, okay. This room was, I guess, a lot easier than I thought it was. Well, that works. Now, because we've hit 2 arrow rotators, we can come back to here. Alright, we don't want to... have any issues there. Alright, so there is one more room up there that we can go through this room a second time for. But since I already know I'm not finishing this level because I'm not finishing this today, this is something I'll just do on my own off camera. I will instead just go on to the second level, because I did give you freedom to do the levels in any order that you want. And yeah, so I know a lot of people do architect commentaries of their own holds. I personally don't really have any interest in doing a full playthrough of this hold. I do think like the first level in particular has a couple of rooms I really don't like. There are a couple of other rooms later on that I'm not a huge fan of either. But I mean, overall, I think that I'm pretty happy with most of the rooms in the hold. But it's not as interesting to me. This is something I've discovered on my current playthrough of The City Beneath. Is that playing through a hold where I've already kind of know a lot of the solutions is just not as interesting for me. And in particular, when it's my own hold and I know that, or I know that there's going to be particular rooms that I just don't want to play, then having that to look forward to as I'm playing it really doesn't help either. Oh, okay. Or DROD could crash. That's an option too. Okay, well, you know what? I guess we will not be playing with second level. So that's a nice cheerful end to that. I will see you next time for the next entry. I will see you then.